UltraCycling magazine show.
Well, hello again. It's Lee Kreider here with UltraCycling magazine, and that's my buddy Riley back there. He's the only buddy I've got at the moment. Jim is away again. He's actually taking care of some family issues. He thought he might try to get in here. We'll see if he makes it or not. Joanna, who knows? I mean, she's been out touring all over the South Island in New Zealand, and if she makes it, that would be great. But at least we're here, and we're going to try to keep things moving as best we can. Thank you for watching. Thank you for being with us. We want to thank all the good people who are really the reason why this show came to be, so we don't want to ever forget them. And that is the people who operate the time stations here in Ohio for the Race Across America. Time stations 41 in Oxford, 42 in Blanchester, and 43 in Chillicothe. And again, a big thank you to Mike Minium and the signs he puts out along the road here, so you don't get lost in all these zigs and zags here in Indiana and Ohio. And those signs are available for your trophy room, for your autographs, for your crew or whatnot. $10 a time station. This helps Mike put one out on the road. He puts out 300 or 400 signs. He always loses about a third of them. So it's a pretty costly proposition he spends out of his own pocket. So thank you, Mike, for doing this all the time. And we want to make sure that those of you who are with us are following us on Facebook, that you are subscribing on YouTube. And when you subscribe on YouTube, be sure to ring that bell, because it's those subscriptions and those follows that make it possible for us to be seen as far and wide as we are. Thank you for all the new followers we had and all the new subscribers. We appreciate that a great deal. So let's get the ticker going here if I can find it. That's where we missed Jim. He knows all this stuff where it's at. So please post your comments and questions on Facebook and YouTube. You can chat with our guests, Tami and Sylvia, and they'll be happy to hear from you. I see some people out there already, so even if you don't have a comment or question, hey, just go down there to the comments and say, I'm from wherever you're from. We appreciate that a great deal. Jim isn't here to give us a report on the race across the East, but those are closed. Calvin's Challenge keeps growing. Had a late start, but they're making progress. Larry Oslin there, and now they're up to a registration of 41. I think the registration is going to close on that on the 15th of May, but online. But he is going to allow walk-in registration the evening before, and our good friend Georgie Prosperi from Cleveland is coming, and we're glad that. We'll hope we'll get a chance to meet Johnny there.
Hello, I am Giovanni Prosperi. I was born in Italy and I live in Cleveland, Ohio. Next month, I will take part together with my friend Sakti in the Calvin Challenge in Springfield, Ohio. And I want to invite everybody to join us in this race, because I'm sure we're going to have a lot of fun. Thank you so much. The registration will be open till the evening before the race.
Thank you, Johnny. And Johnny just told me that he is going to be doing a World UltraCycling Association challenge to ride from now my mind from the capital of Slovakia, is it Zagreb, I believe, to which is his wife's home country, to the capital of Italy, which is Rome. That one I know for sure. And he's going to try to set a capital grapple record this summer. And we've already talked to them. His wife is going to be providing us video, and we look forward to that. We got quite a summer lined up, actually, for some very special events. We used to take the summer off. Well, we still do. We don't have regular shows, but we keep extra busy with that sort of thing. Cold Country Bay was this weekend. Georgy Stoichev was there. He is preparing a report for us. He said he'll have it for us next week. But his initial report was it was every bit the challenge that Joe Lohan said it was. And I guess they did a great job, and we'll hear more about that. So let's talk about next week. Vanessa Knight's going to be our guest here. She was the female champion for the Florida 500. We're going to get acquainted with her. We haven't talked to her before, so we're looking forward to Vanessa being with us. I want to apologize for my throat condition. Why apologize? Nothing I can do about it. I do have an appointment with the doctor to see if there's something going on or we can do something about it. But we just have to live with it. I told our guest tonight, if my throat chokes up, you just talk among yourselves till I get it cleared up. And so with that, we're going to bring them on here. The first one on my list here is Sylvia. Hi, Sylvia. How are you?
I'm good. How are you doing?
Well, we're doing pretty good other than this throat that seems to bother me. And it only seems to bother me on Sunday evenings when I get ready to do this show. I have an appointment with my ear, nose, and throat guy, but I'm not sure I don't need a psychiatrist, Sylvia, rather than an ENT, because it just seems like it's when the show's on that this happens. But I start projecting more, too. So that may have something to do with it. And we're glad to have Tami with us. Hi, Tami.
Howdy.
I've been telling people that if they don't have fun watching this show, there's not much hope for them. Because you ladies are a real fun bunch. Tell me about Team Infinity and how you came about. And we know you've been around the UltraCycling world for quite a little while, but tell us about it.
You go, Tami.
No, you go.
All right. So,
Okay.
Well, it was last year at Texas Hell Week. We were at the campground the day before it started, and up walks this woman, and she says, "You don't know me, but I know you." And that's how we met Tami, and we rode all week, and then we ended up riding the race to the Texas Longhorn 500 together last year at the end of that week, and just kind of started from there.
I agree. That's how it started.
Well,
and we're both Infinity Seat ambassadors, which that just happened. So I realized after that Diane Marcel from Infinity Seat had said to me, "You need to meet Tami Kerns," and I had not met her, so then I did.
So tell me about your Infinity Seat, Sylvia.
Well, the whole point of it is, less is best, less contact, less points of contact. You're just going to have less irritation. So I've spent literally thousands of dollars over the years with seats, and have had horrible saddle sore problems, and talked to Dr. Vince from Infinity Seats many years before I even started using one, and then finally went up and had a fitting and spent like 4 hours with them initially, and played around with the seat until we figured out how it could work for me. And I literally can say I have not had a saddle sore since.
Yeah, I get that story. Tammy, how about you with your Infinity?
Yeah, I actually heard about it from a friend who was referring it to another friend that had saddle sores. So I'm like, oh, let's try it out. And yeah, I did it on Race Across the West, RAAM, and I don't have any issues. I love the seat. Super comfortable. You know, once you get it dialed in to where you need it, it's great. It's a great seat.
Yeah, well, we don't earn any money from Infinity here, but we just want to let it know that it's just been so remarkable. And a few years ago, I was cleaning out my garage. I think you could appreciate this. And there was this big box full of saddles.
Oh,
Old saddles.
So old saddles.
Mm-hmm.
So you know what I'm talking about, don't you, Sylvia?
I do.
And some of them for me, a lot of them were for my wife that we tried out on the tandem. And I'm thinking, you know, gee, I was born too early. I'd like to be back in the gang riding again. I want to try that saddle out.
Yeah, the thing about the Infinity seat is you really do need to be fit on it because it is not a normal seat. And so people try it, you know, they put it on and they say, oh, there's no way. And that's what I did initially. And Dr. Vince does have like videos on his website. Right. But the best is really having him fit you. And they are so supportive. I mean, when they come to the different events, I mean, he's spending all day, people hopping up on, he's fitting them and messing around with it. So I definitely would say they have been a really positive contributor to RAAM.
And Joanna, if she would get in here, I don't know if she will, she's getting ready to ride an Infinity seat from Darwin to Melbourne, Australia, 5,000 and some kilometers. And we're looking forward to that.
Nice.
So, tell me a little about how's your now you live in Oceanside, Borrego, don't you, Sylvia?
Yeah, I'm in Borrego and Tammy's in Ukaipa, which is just like an hour and a half, 2 hours from me.
So you're able to get together and do some training together.
Yep. So
what is your riding strategy basically between the two of us, two of you? Your exchanges, time on, time off?
Well, okay, so one of the things that makes us a good team is that we complement each other with what we do best. And she's great on the downhills. She's fearless. She's fast on the flats, and I'm a good climber. So when the last time when we just did the Texas the Longhorn 500 a couple weeks ago, what I was doing was I was just had the ride with GPS. They had it big. We have a big screen in our van, and I was just looking at the hill profile and kind of figuring out the distance between the hills and where's the big hills, big downhills, and just kind of going with that. And we were doing like pretty consistent 45-minute pulls for Texas for the most part. But weren't we, Tami? I think.
Yeah, about 45 minutes, and it worked out good. I mean, I felt
good. I
I
like 45 minutes because I don't know, for me, I can sustain harder for 45 minutes. When it gets to 60 minutes, mentally, I don't know. So, but that's just, on any given day, it changes.
Well, 45 minutes is a nice long time if you're trying to put a maximum energy on.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. And then too, when you're getting back on the bike, your legs aren't as exhausted. Because sometimes if you sit too long, when you start out again, your legs like really feel it and it takes you a minute to get going.
or 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's painful. That's one of the hardest things about riding team is that the lactic acid every single time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Dwayne Ball says hi. Let's get some comments in here. Christy Sisson. Why should we?
That's me.
Bougie, that's her. That's Tami.
I'm bougie.
She's bougie. She got coined bougie on we did a bike packing trip together, and that's when that started.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
3 women sharing a hotel room for 2 weeks.
I got the most organized. Most organized.
Well, Jake Janasek, wishing infinity with sex in RAAM. Go Tami, go Sylvia. Enjoy watching from Southern California.
Thank you.
Thanks, James, for being in here. And
Thank you.
Christy's back here, says hi, Wheels.
Oh, hi, Wheels.
Hi, Wheels.
And Spiegel Bikes is with us. Vesna, glad to
Hi,
see you.
Vesna. I
Sylvia
rode
and Tami.
my orange San Marino today.
Can't wait to see you race RAAM. Well, we're not alone there, Vesna. We looking forward to see these ladies race because not only are they good riders, but they're a heck of a lot of fun. I found that out in the past, and enjoy. One of the things that interested me, and let's get into this subject a little bit. When I first started working at time stations, this was back in the day when Susan Nortelangelo was in her prime. I noticed something interesting. Here in Ohio, now you're now, 2,400 miles into the race. I noticed something different between men and women. Well, I noticed a lot of difference, but anyhow, let's go into that. But Susan particularly, but other women came through. They were always smiling and seemed to be having fun.
Mm-hmm.
The men came through. Oh my God, they looked like they would just as soon die as ride another mile on that bike. And I thought, what? That's something that really struck me, and it stuck with me over the years. And one of the reasons why we've been so interested in advocating women in this field of cycling, because you bring something to it that's different, a different attitude, a different approach, and not to belabor the point, but how is it that you do bring something different to this race? Do you think I'm right?
Yeah. I mean, we're not as gotta win, gotta get there. I mean, we want to win, we want to get there, but we want to enjoy the ride too.
But I think also that if you look historically at women in sports, we spend so much time having to prove ourselves with everything. That's just the way the world works with women in sports. I mean, look what's happened with women's basketball in the past, 3 or 4 months. It's just exploded. It's not like Caitlin Clark is a better player now than she was, 2 years ago. It's just the proving and the time it takes. And so for women that, I don't know, I think that women, like Tami said, I think most women go into races with maybe a little different attitude and maybe a little more gratitude than men. Because just the thought of having 12 crew members sacrifice their time for us, to me, is, incredible.
I would never want to let them down, the crew. I mean, they took that time for us, and we got to finish for them.
Yep.
Physically, do you think you have any advantage or?
Oh, for sure. For sure. Like I told you the last time we talked that, women have babies, men don't. I mean, I just feel women are tougher. And I think what we're going to see as time, look who's been winning RAAM. What's happening with the the winners of RAAM, all of a sudden it's becoming female. And I think over time, I think you're going to just see more and more women, because the longer the race, the better women are going to do.
And of course, here at the Ultra Cycling Magazine, we are watching what's going on around the world. And this is not unique to RAAM.
Right.
And as a matter of fact, you brought up the Longhorn 500. You ladies had a bit of a go at that just a few weeks ago, didn't you?
Yep.
Yes.
Tell us about it.
Well, it was a good race.
It was a really good race, and we beat all the boys, and we didn't beat this one girl who was like a machine and brand new to ultra cycling. I guess she's an ultra runner, and so she has the head for it. She didn't quite have the butt padding for it. I guess her butt got pretty sore after that whole mess. But other than her, we beat all the boys, so that was very good.
He was a beast.
Yeah.
Have you got a name you can put with this woman?
Katie Moy.
I'll look it up.
Starts with an M.
Yep, she was a beast. We could not catch her.
I never saw her. She passed when I didn't see her pass.
She passed at mile 12, and we never saw her again till the end.
Well, I'll try to track her down and maybe get her on the show, because we want to encourage new talent. So Eugene from California, how are you there?
Hi, Eugene.
And
but as far as the Texas race, I felt like we rode. Both of us felt like we rode strong. We felt strong the whole time. We didn't get sleepy. Made it through the night. Of course, it's just one night.
It was windy,
and it was really, really windy, and it was rainy, and crossing 150 cattle guards in the rain, and we just and I just felt like we were really solid and steady, and if we can maintain that, we'll do well in RAAM.
Okay, and Elizabeth, go
and
Team
Elizabeth's
Infinity.
One of our crew.
Ah, okay.
And her husband Tom.
And speaking of crew, again, we did it. Was it last year you rode, Tami, or 2 years ago?
2 years ago.
2 years ago. And Jennifer Stegmeyer, I believe her name is, did videos for us. And you're going to do that again. In fact, they're going to do some testing. I love that. I like it when people go out and send me some results so I can comment on them, Tami.
Yep.
And we're going to have, we're going to have a little video, 2 short little videos on to help people who want to do this sort of thing. And we advertise, if your team would like to get on UltraCycling Magazine during RAAM, hey, loan us a team member, short, don't have to be a lot of time, but a little bit of time, and we can put you on the air. And I think we do a pretty good job with that. We've learned a lot since 2 years ago, Tami.
We had fun with it.
Perry Browniff.
Hey, Perry. I raced with Perry. That was when I first got into ultra cycling. I think I raced with him at the 24-hour in like 2016, maybe. Can't remember. He's from Louisiana. I met him at Texas at NCOM.
Okay, and Jane has another comment here.
There's Kate. There she is.
Let me write that down.
Hi, Kate. Sorry I butchered your name a little bit, but I knew it was an M.
Well,
it's Jane saying it's Kate. Sorry, Jane. Sorry, Jane. Got it now.
I butchered a lot of names on here, so kudos to both of you. certainly. I've had a theory, back to the subject of women. I've had the theory that when you look at the number of women who are actually in ultracycling versus the amount of wins they come up with, it's a pretty remarkable ratio.
Yes.
And my theory is that if you had as many women in the sport as you have men, we would have to have definitely two categories of winners. I mean, we would see a different complexion to the sport.
Mm-hmm.
And sometime I ought to ask my friend Danny Chu to figure out the ratio of number of people, number of women and men too. Maybe I shouldn't ask him that. He might do it. But I think it's pretty remarkable. And it's just so gratifying to see that. And hopefully the next thing I've got to say is I long for the day when we'll see more and more minorities in the sport as well, because there's a lot of talent out there, and we'd like to see them in here.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Sylvia, you got a charity you're offering us to talk about. Tell us a little about that.
So I'm a retired teacher. I taught for 36 years, and during COVID, I kind of had enough of the online, so I retired, and I was in San Diego, and I had a place in Borrego Springs, so I moved down there, and ended up now I'm living in Borrego, and I go to the high school every week. I've been doing this for 3 years. I help seniors. It's a really small school district. There's only 350 kids, K through 12, so it's just very small. And there's no counselors. There's really not a lot of support for the kids. They don't even have, I mean, the teachers, there's not a lot of certified teachers in certain subjects. They don't have any art, drama, music, anything like that. So anyway, it's just a very poor school. And so my scholarship is, there's usually about 30 seniors, and maybe not even a third, maybe 7 or 8 of the seniors will go to a 4-year school or a 2-year school. And so my scholarship, I have raised enough money for 7 $1,000 scholarships. And all it is, it's money for the kids. They're going to get it in August. Is to help them get their dorm room set up, help them buy a computer if they need to, just so they can kind of start at, on the right foot and not feel like they're already behind. So that's what I actually have raised the money. And so now I'm going to probably extend some of the scholarships, make them worth more.
Okay. And so if you would like to make a contribution, you go to our website, ucm.bike, and when you look up Team Infinity video, which will be at the top right now of the list, in the show notes, you'll see a link to Sylvia's charity. Now, also, while we're being crassly commercial, well, I guess that wasn't crassly commercial, but we're going to pedal. Tammy's got something she wants to pedal.
Yes, I have designed some very bright, fun socks that help you stay visible on the road. That's what
those
they
are
look
smiley
like.
faces.
Yes, you can see them. They're super bright, and when you're out there pedaling, it makes you extra visible. We are selling these for $20 to help fund our race this year. So if you're interested, let me know and we can connect and I can get you some. That's my email, and just send me an email and we can talk about purchasing some of these. They're super comfy, have a little bit of compression in them, and they're bright and they're happy.
Okay. And that email, if you haven't had a chance, I'll leave it up for a little bit so you can get a pencil and write it down. get one of Tammy's grossly obnoxious socks there.
No, bright and fabulous.
Right, and fabulous.
And cheery. Everybody bought them down in Texas, so we all were wearing them in Texas.
Well, you're
Yep,
going to have
they're
some of
great.
those. Have some of those at Oceanside.
Maybe we'll see what's left.
Yeah. Well, anyhow, what I'll try to do, folks, and as soon as we go off the air, I will get Tammy's website and put it again in the show notes here. And so you'll be able to find that, $20, and you'll be safer on the road. Somebody, a non-cyclist, once I was at a restaurant or something, said, "Why do you wear these crazy clothes?" And I said, "Because when we're going down the road, we want you to say that person must be insane. I'm going to get way far away from him."
Yep,
They didn't see the humor in that, but maybe there wasn't much. Which I've been told there. Some people don't like my crazy humor. Be that as it may. So anyhow, we're going to peddle some socks here. We're going to advance Sylvia's charity, so some people out there at Borrego can get a laptop or maybe some.
So the thing about it,
clothing or
Lee, the thing about my charity, Borrego's become like a biking mecca.
Yes, I was going to say.
The 24 hours really, bringing people in. They're staying for long periods of time, and Borrego's a nice little community. And what the community and no one sees is the kids. They don't see the kids. The kids are not around, so they're not thinking about the kids. The kids are there, but like most kids today, unfortunately, when they go home, they don't go back outside. So there's not a lot of interaction between the kids of Borrego and the rest of Borrego, and then all the people coming in. And so what I say to all the people coming to Borrego and biking, and contribute to the kids of the community. Because in order to get out of Borrego, it is 2 hours to anywhere, to any 4-year, 2-year, or trade school. So it's just a big, there's so many obstacles for these kids. And that's why I say those of us and those of you all coming to Borrego, think about what is important. If you really like Borrego, support the community. The community is really, really supportive of the school.
Yeah, I'm glad you brought that up. I was thinking about that when you was talking, because Borrego, I don't know if there's a center of UltraCycling any place in the world, but if there is, it's probably Borrego. And as a matter of fact, you're going to be joined there, I understand. You are not the last person to retire to Borrego Springs. A lot of people there are people thinking about that. I don't want to name names because you never know what might happen, but that's something good. We got some more comments here. Let's see. Well, Perry, we did Perry. Did we talk? Yeah, so the wind's always bad in Texas and challenging. Will's Bush. Yeah. And he said they go, the socks he's talking about, I presume. They go with everything.
Yeah, he has socks.
Now, listen, folks, we're getting ready to wind this show up. And it happened again last week. After we went off the air, here's 2 or 3 more comments that popped up. So if you've got a comment, get it in right now, because there is a bit of delay. I don't know how much it is, but I know there's a delay between the time you post a comment and the time it pops up here on my screen. So get it in now or forever hold your peace. Yeah, he said I was talking about the socks. Well, we're talking about Sylvia and Tami also.
We go with everything too, Wheels.
That's right.
Yes, that's right. That's right. And I remember last year when you were doing the videos, I kind of got to know, or 2 years ago, I kind of got to know Tami a little bit and some of the comments she made, and they stand out in my mind. Now let's see.
I don't eat hot dogs anymore on my races.
Yeah.
I
Wheels is
still
getting
eat
a couple
Pop-Tarts.
comments in here, and I love my Tami socks. Go with this pair of Infinity socks for her, the best. Yeah. And Wheels, you rock. Thanks for all those comments coming in. You listened to me and got them in here. I'll be watching. Even as we are signing off sometimes, a comment will come in and we'll get it posted up. You'll see it during the sign-off video that goes on. Let's see. Christy says, Ultra Endurance Barbie. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what Tami is. Tami is the ultimate Barbie.
No.
It's just it's a little joke she had at work. They had a little contest, and Tami wins every contest at her work. So she won the Barbie contest.
Very good. Thank you for being with us, Tami, and whoever that else is that just
That's
chimed in
Peanut.
there.
Peanut's part of our crew.
Okay. Well, I have headphones on, so Riley, who's laying on the couch back here, can't hear you, Tina. You don't need to mute. If I had the speaker on, he would be up here looking to see where this was coming from. But not so tonight. He can't hear this. Okay. Thanks again. Thanks everybody for all your wonderful comments. Wait a minute, I got a couple more here. Don't want to miss anybody.
Oh, hi, Peanut.
Hey, Peanut. Wheels, you get the prize for the most comments, I think.
Everybody loves Peanut.
He made a typo there.
She's the true girl.
Okay. Oh, hi, Tina. We love you. You don't look too different from
No, she looks a lot like Riley.
Like Riley over there. He's
Except maybe
you see what my show does to people.
Yeah.
It puts them to sleep, but not tonight. Not tonight. So anyhow, thanks again, Wheels. I'm going to try to find here, if I can, where Greg is hanging out so he can get us out of here. And don't go away. We'll chat a little bit once we're done here.
This is Gregory Zuber, thanking you for watching and sharing.
Music by Kevin MacLeod.